Mr. Speaker, kwa kunipatia hii fursa niongee, nitaguza mambo mawili matatu. Na Mr. Speaker, through your indulgence, next time don't bring in the intoxicated, the egregious intoxicated people on the floor. Kindly let the Bunge standing orders be observed.
But I'm the speaker.
You're the speaker.
Yeah.
And you also must be guided. I know you are perpetual. You are sui moto and you are sui generis.
Can you speak in Kiswahili?
Asante. Kitu ya kwanza mimi, thank you. Mimi kwa majina mimi naitwa the legitimate and the consummate paradigm shifter. Hosea Hassan. Please Mr. Kanga, give me allowance to ooze wisdom to your empty skull. I'm sorry. I apologize. Kitu ya kwanza, things fall apart to begin with. Things fall apart by Chinua Achebe.
Chinua Achebe in his book.
Chinua Achebe in his book. And I see how is looking at me kaka furiously. Chinua Achebe kwa kitabu yake Things Fall Apart, kuna jamaa alijiita Eneke the Bird. And Eneke the Bird says, since men have learned to shoot without missing, the birds have learned to fly without perching. Mr. Speaker, what am I saying? I'm saying this. Before April on 14th, 1966, Oginga Jaramogi, Oginga Odinga. You call it Oginga, you call him Oginga Odinga, me I call him Adonija. Revisit your footnotes of books. Anaitwa Adonija. Adonija Oginga Odinga. Now this thing was in paper, Mr. Speaker, recently. Ilikuwa kwa gazeti ya last week. Kwa nini Kenyatta humiliate Oginga Odinga? Number one, and the major reason why Kenyatta and the imperialists, the oligarchs of power, humiliated Oginga Odinga was one reason, because he was a communist. Ana alijenga Ruaraka hapa, hii kiwanja ya Ruaraka, Oginga Odinga alijenga statue ya Patrice Emery Lumumba, who was assassinated in 1961 in Congo. And that's why the imperialist was against Oginga Odinga, knowing that Oginga Odinga will bring in the policy of communism and socialism in Kenya. And the capitalists are against it. That is number one. Kenyatta, the former president, aliita mkutano Naivasha in 1966. Na hii mkutano ilikuwa Kenyatta akiita mkutano wa cabinet na all the stakeholders of the government. Tom Mboya, being the political advisor of Kenyatta, advised Kenyatta that for you to neutralize Oginga Odinga on the ground, geuka all the provinces wakuwa na representative only the name of vice president. And Kenyatta did so to neutralize Oginga Odinga and to humiliate Oginga Odinga in his own government. Oginga Odinga had a powerful advisor, political advisor, anaitwa Pio Pinto Gama. Pio Pinto Gama advised Bunge Power. Bunge Viva. Oginga Odinga Pio Pinto Gama advised Oginga Odinga that the idea of putting the representative only the name of vice president in all the 8 provinces in Kenya is the idea Kenyatta is humiliating you. What you need to do, resign and bold out. Imagine on 14th April 1966, Oginga Odinga did a resignation letter. Mr. Speaker, I'm saying this without fear of contradiction, that if the hypothetical zombie Rigathi Gachagua, a novice, an unkempt novice, can do a chivalrous thing, he ought to have resigned before the egregious humiliation that is facing against the rogue regime, which they were coronated ritually. There was no election in Kenya in the year 2022. All what we witnessed, Mr. Speaker, was a pure ritual coronation. I neither support William Ruto because he's a crook, nor do I support Rigathi Gachagua. Both of them are crooks. I cannot support them.
Why?
But to say this, Mr. Speaker, as a matter of fact, Rigathi Gachagua never apologized to William Samoei Ruto. Neither did he apologize to our MPs or Kenyans as a whole, because he used the word if. If you are grammatically upright, the word if and when are what we call conditional clause, supposition, if you did your grammar right. So Rigathi Gachagua was not apologetic to Kenyans. But I'm saying this, Mr. Speaker, Niki wind up my point because I can see Mr. Speaker is really agitated. But let me tell you this, Kenyans. What we are witnessing is what we call every institution has been weaponized by the rogue regime, the so-called William Samoei Ruto. And that's why Rigathi Gachagua is being humiliated. But there was what he called, Mr. Speaker, with your indulgence, I beg for your 2 minutes or 1 minute.
1 minute, my boy.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I will observe that. I will strictly observe that 1 minute.
Sometime you history on Sagonga. You history on
Please.
Hiyo ni kitu ya kitabu ndio tunataka kujua bwana. Acha wizi. Wewe unajua pinto.
Politics are that game I saw.
Mr. Speaker,
You see TikTok.
Mr. Speaker, order, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we all agree that information is power. And if you have the information, you are powerful. This is an information. This is an information, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Okanga, you are a senior member on the floor. Please give me ample time to continue. Thank you. Mr. Speaker, I'm saying this.
Okanga, mimi sikuogopi na sikuombi wangi pesa, sawa? Wacha kunitia ulete ujinga.
Mr. Speaker, naomba sana mniache nimalize. Ndio kuwe interpersonal. This cannot amount to interpersonal whatever exchange of words. Mr. Okanga, you are a senior member. Songa, you are a senior member. Please give me ample time and give me an opportunity to wind up. Mr. Speaker, as I wind up quickly, and thank you for your added 2 minutes, Mr. Speaker. I'm saying this without fear of contradiction, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Kenya tunaangalia sahi in Kenya, Rigathi Gachagua should not waste his time going to the Senate, because William Ruto has already weaponized the Senate. And it's only a matter of time Senate is going to sign for the impeachment, as the MPs did in the National Assembly. And he should not also rely in courts, because there are zombies in court. And I'm telling you, there are zombies in court. Court also has been weaponized by a rogue regime. And if Rigathi rely on court so much, because he will go to High Court, then eventually will go to Court of Appeal, then it will result to Supreme Court. And Supreme Court is being controlled by William Samoei Ruto. So it's only a matter of time, Mr. Speaker, that Rigathi Gachagua will be shown the door and is heading back to his backyard. But what I will advise Rigathi Gachagua, it's high time a bold out, honorably, he go and galvanize his troops, organize and strategize well to attack William Samoei Ruto. With those few remarks, Mr. Speaker, I end my point. Thank